Welcome to the Wisconsin Wrestler Podcast with your co-hosts Teague Fenwick and Steve Lurkwood.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Wisconsin Wrestler Podcast. I'm your host, Teague Fenwick, coming to you live from Holmen. Joining me, as always, from Koshkonong. I know where he lives now. Steve Lurkwood.
He does. He does. You do. Yep. Absolutely. Halfway between Fort Atkinson and Milton. He got to visit it. It was great.
Halfway awesome. Between like 5 towns, it seems like.
Yeah, it was interesting that you said that. We were driving to go get fish at Lucy's Hideaway. Shameless plug right there. One of our go-to places, about 1.25 miles down the road. And Teague said a statement. I'm like, oh, that's actually true. He goes, wow. He goes, towns are so close around here. And then I was like, yeah, Edgerton's right there. Milton's right there. Fort's right there. Oh, Whitewater is about 10 minutes back that way. Yeah, I was like, yeah, you're right. Good call.
Which maybe not close. I don't know what I think it's just because I'm in a new area. So I was just kind of trying to wrap my head around the geography of things.
Sure.
Beautiful area. Yeah.
Oh,
Shout out Lucy's Hideaway. Great fish fry.
It was good. It was good. Company was great. A lot of laughs.
Officially checked off the Lurkwin slumber party. So,
jeez, Teague. Oh, man.
Can't wait to do it all again in 2 weeks, potentially.
You bet. So, but good stuff. We're excited. Well, actually, we got, I should just shut up. I'll let you run the show.
Well, yeah, before we do all of our fun stuff and conversation and whatnot, there might be some folks tuning in that if you did listen last week or you weren't watching live at the start last week, we did decide to split up the girls and boys coverage in terms of the weekly recaps. Just because an hour and 50 minutes of podcasting and doing it in live fashion is a lot. It makes our brains tired. I think it's whether we're rushing through tournaments or we're slap happy at the end, you start losing it in both areas in different avenues. So decided to split it up, and one thing I noticed, Steve, is I felt more inclined to look up more results on both sides. Yep. So I think we're overall going to get more podcasting time between the 2 days, but it's, that's just letting everyone know that. For those of you who are tuned in for boys coverage and you're here now, just letting you know, it is the girls recap tonight.
It keeps the mind fresh too while you're looking up results, because I think as you're going, I'm usually watching football. Well, I shouldn't say watching. I have football in the background, but you kind of get to those last few tournaments and your brain starts going like, okay, I just want to get this done with. And now, hey, my first focus was getting the girls done. I got those done. Now I kind of started the guys. Got a couple tournaments left and a day left to do it. So it's I think it's just gonna be a better product.
Oh, 100%. For you, the listeners, too, I mean, we like better products. I mean, if you like girls wrestling, boys wrestling, if you just like one or the other, then you know what one you're tuning into. If maybe you just like listening to us and you like both sides of the sport, then you're like, oh, what the heck? I have to do this twice now. But you get more of us in that case, and also you're probably getting more coverage in general. So it is a win-win for everybody. And here we are. So now that we got that out of the way, shirts. I see you're rocking a new shirt, Steve. You jumped the line.
Yeah, I am. I know. This was so this is my queue up behind me. I have 10 shirts back there, but I got this one yesterday. Ooh, let me turn this way. I got the Westfield Pioneers sweatshirt, and I made a business decision because I was going down to my basement. My house is a little cold right now. Imagine that with negative temperatures going on right now. And I thought, I don't have a lot of sweatshirts down there in my queue, so the Westfield Pioneers sweatshirt that we got yesterday at the TKO jumped to the front of the line.
Pioneers, a.k.a. all caps.
All caps. Yep. All caps.
Steve, so I finally organized my clothes for the most part, and I have quite a queue that I'm going to have to be wearing clothes that I got like 6 to 9 months ago now. So I'll be jumping back a little bit, but in the meantime, this will be a good transition, Steve. I figure with all the Bayport winning that we've been seeing the last 3 weeks on the girls' side, it's a great day to wear my Bayport gear.
Sure.
Which there was a tournament that we didn't know Bayport won until after we reported on it.
Till after. Yeah, actually, we'll start with that one. Well, actually, no. You're going to do the. Never mind. You got milestones. We'll go to that.
Oh, we're going to do the correction once we get to the turn. I just thought we were going to do the correction right away.
Oh, you want me? I can. Well, I'm going to do it when we get to the tournaments. That'll be.
All right.
I know
right.
I ruined your segue, but I apologize. That's when.
I'll find another way to segue it. Don't worry. we'll figure something out. Yeah, I guess in terms on the both girls and guys got affected this weekend by the snowstorm. So not a heavy tournament week. This could end up being a quick hitter of a podcast. You never know with Steve and I, but it's okay. 30-minute podcasts are not bad.
Sure.
I have to tell myself that sometimes. Not as many milestones this week. I just think due to we've had a good amount the last few weeks, and then due to the snowstorms, I'm guessing we'll regress back to the mean. But a couple of girls from the Northeast. We got Ava Armadi of Nina, a name that I feel like we've been talking about for 5 years now. She got win in number 100, so shout out Ava. And Jenna Mady of Shawano also got win at number 100. So
nice.
Short list for milestones, but I think that is due to the overall lack of wrestling.
Yeah, and girls duels, I have 6, and then I'll make this. I probably should have said this earlier, but also too the just like everything, we're doing them separate, and I think our podcast of the girls will advance and get better because Teague and I were trying to make it better. With that being said, is if anybody, it's harder. It's hard to know who has a duel, right? I click on it, and it's just a guy. So you kind of get in that mode. There's a lot of duels to click on. I try to click every night so I can, I don't get caught up on Saturday and have to click a whole bunch of pages. So if there's ever a girls duel that you want us to talk about the results for, definitely send it to us. I know somebody sent us the results of one, so I was able to put it on. But right now I have 6 duels as far as girls. I think that's going to increase as our podcasts go and as we finish this year and go into next year. So I have the Evansville duels. They had boys and girls duels going on at the same time. And the Bigfoot Williams Bay went 3-0 at that. And the closest duel they had was 36-12 over Evansville. So congratulations to Bigfoot Williams Bay going 3-0. Jefferson over Waterloo. The Battle of the Maroon Teague, all maroon singlets, 36-18. Oshkosh, what do we call Northwest? Did you come up with like a mutual name with that, or is that just a bagash?
Yeah, I was going to say Oshkosh bagash.
Oshkosh Northwest over Kimberly, 36-33. At the Kimberly Quad, I didn't write down all their scores, but Nina did go 3-0 at the Kimberly Quad. Whitewater over Turner, 56-12, and then Milton over Beaver Dam, 35-30. So those are the 6 duels that I had.
Can always count on some drama on the Badger Conference. Did you happen to see, Steve, did that Oshkosh Kimberly duel? Did it come down to the last match or anything?
It did. Well, no, it did not. Yeah,
okay.
I looked it up. It was Northwest already had it in hand. I think Kimberly ended it with a forfeit or something like that. So ended up being did not come down to the last match.
A close duel nonetheless. And yeah, like Steve said, I was even talking with someone today. The way that girls' duels are reported on USA Bracketing sometimes, especially when it's combined with the guys,
yep,
it just does not make it easy to look. And I think that'll probably improve as people get better with USA Bracketing. But yes, we have to do a lot of clicking as is, so feel free to message us with duel results, or you can comment. I do the notable results hub every week. You can put that in there as well. That makes for a pretty spiffy home base. Steve, going on to the girls' tournaments. How about we go back in time here to the Warrior Women's Challenge in Wausau?
You bet. So just messing around with different filters, popped across this one. We have a correction from the Wausau Women's Warriors Tournament. We were at Teague, fantastic finals. So actually have a different top 5. We have Holman. And the reason is that there was a varsity JV clicker or separation on there, and the JV scores were included into the scores. So the top 5, actually Bayport was listed, I think, 5th before you do the filter. Well, Teague, it's going to be a whole different change here. 5th place was Holman, 79, Bondwell, 85, and 4th place, Mineral Point, 3rd place, 85.5. Milton, 115, and as your runner-up. And Teague, the new champion, Bayport, 122.5, and then just kind of interesting with this one. It's like it's a big tournament, right? So obviously a lot of scoring. You think, you look about the comparison between Milton Bayport, probably along with Holman and a few other teams that are going to be running for that state championship. You wonder, like, does this mean anything necessarily? Milton still has their hammers. They're going to score a lot of points at state. Can Bayport, can they get enough qualifiers there to keep up with that? So I just think this is doesn't necessarily mean a lot for that running, but I just think it's just fun to talk about and analyze.
My thought is Milton, I think, has more for sure talent at the top.
That's going to be there.
And they kind of have that team dynamic where the more teams that get thrown into the mix, I think that's probably more beneficial towards Milton, unless there's a girl that can beat one of their hammers or does beat one of their hammers. Like, because they have the hammers, but they need to perform. So
correct.
That's, there's that caveat. But, Steve, couple funny stories on that one is we didn't know about it for a long time. We didn't know about it until a couple days after. Mm-hmm. And I think I didn't see it until I saw you had it in the outline. I'm like, oh, crap. And I don't think anyone really knew what was going on for the longest time because after the tournament got done, I assumed Milton won. And who else was by me at the moment except little Dylan Albrecht? And not that Dylan is lacking in integrity by any means, but when I'm giving her 2 handfuls of Jolly Ranchers, I don't think she was going to confirm the score in that moment.
Wow. She had no idea.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's what I said. I think she was just going to take they could have got last at the tournament and she would have taken the Jolly Rancher. Yeah.
She might not even knew it was for them taking first place. She just thought you were handing her a couple of handfuls of Jolly Ranchers.
She was just taking them and trying to stuff them in her palm. Okay. And on the flip side of the equation, did I see it from you or on a Facebook post? Well, I messaged the Bayport coach, one of the Bayport girls coaches, and I said, well, looks like we owe you Jolly Ranchers next time we see you because you guys won. And he said, yeah, honestly, we were in the hallway ready to leave because we thought we got 5th. And then they announced it and ran out to get us. So I don't think many people knew about the varsity JV filter until that time.
All the bugs we got to work through.
So everyone took it in good stride.
Right. So, well, moving on. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You got more from that?
No, that's it.
I got you.
We tied the knot on that one. Tied the bow on that. All right. I should say. Yeah.
Well, and I got to give. I know it was canceled, but Brawl at the Bear Den in Bondwell, canceled tournament. Teague, every year that one's just an awesome tournament. Just sad to see that one canceled. So. You're going to see a common theme with canceled tournaments. And then, Teague, that takes us to Lakeland. If you want to do a little run through with that, I have one match from that.
Yeah, so we had a couple of tournaments from Tuesday. And, here, I got to get to my notes on Lakeland. One thing from Lakeland that I got, there was no team score with Lakeland, at least not one that I could find. And it was all pins in the finals. I looked at the scores, too, so there was nothing really close. I maybe should have still pulled something from that meet, Steve, but yeah.
Yeah, well, I found a name. It was a very familiar name, Teague. It's just nice to see from Luck Frederick, Grantsburg, Siren. There's another DeJock. You got Brooklyn DeJock. She is at 132 pounds, and she got a pin in the finals at 5 minutes and 56 seconds. So it's kind of good to see those names, brothers and sisters. I'm assuming that are both wrestling.
And, her brother, Lucas, who was a state place winner for Synergy a couple years back. And then I think Merrill was also on a Tuesday, where I'll pull the team scores up here, and then I'll explain what happened. Mosinee was 6th with a 48. Stevens Point was 5th with 66. Wausau East 4th with the 108. DC Everest 3rd with 141.5. Wisconsin Rapids runner-ups with 144. And winning, and maybe the most dominant tournament showing of the year in terms of team score, Merrill tripling the score of the runner-up Red Raiders. 477 points for the Blue Jays, Steve. And one might be asking, how does that happen?
Yeah, the reason why I didn't even click on the team score, or I'm sorry, didn't make a point of the team score is I saw that and I'm like, that had to be an error or some kind of bug or something. So that's why I didn't think that was real. But how did that happen?
So we know a lot of us are familiar with the scramble format where they try to match girls up of likability and weight, of course, and try to get them each 2 to 3 matches. So there's no set bracket. It's everyone's going to wrestle 2 to 3 girls, and that's going to be the day. But in a scramble format, how it looks on USA is every match is a bracket. So every single match that occurred, there was a champion, which got a certain amount of points, and a runner-up, which still got a certain amount of points. Okay. And Meryl, on the benefit
Meryl had a day
of having 18 wrestlers to everyone else's combined 20, was able to rack up some pointage. So that is how that happened. I did not get any matches from this one, admittedly, just because if you go to brackets, there is about 40 quote-unquote brackets.
Brackets, yeah.
The Dr. Evil air quotes, brackets.
I clicked on probably the first 14, and I want to tell you there were, in 8 of those first 14, there was a Meryl wrestler in it. So that's going to score you some points. Absolutely.
So to give a little more airtime here, as it's not the girls' fault that they were in a scramble format, I'm going to randomly click on one, Steve, and we'll give the result on that one. We'll go to this 145. All right, Abby Krieger of Merrill, pin in 455 over Kaylee Dement of DC Everest, which
nice.
Not a Wisconsin Valley Conference match anymore because Merrill got moved to the Great North.
They did.
Which almost sad to think of the Wisconsin Valley Conference being changed.
Yeah, they're still on the wall up in Wausau West as being in the conference. They don't want to take it down. I don't blame them.
So Merrill showing their strength in numbers, and also alma mater of our new colleague commentator, Allison Hunter.
Yeah, Allison. Yep, she crushed it.
Well, we are keeping things north for a while. It's funny because it was probably coldest in the north, if I had to guess, and most of these tournaments were above what would be a good marker here, above Highway 10. Every tournament except 2 of them, I think, above Highway 10. Steve, we are going to go to a Friday night to the SCF Girls Interstate Classic. Pull up the team scores, and I know we don't need a filter. Top 5 Wisconsin teams, because there's a Minnesota team sneaking in the top 5 here. Superior was 7th overall with 61 points. Prescott 5th with 68.5. St. Croix Falls, the host team, 3rd with 81. Hudson runner-ups with 87. And Eau Claire Memorial winning this one with 98 points.
Yeah, sneaky for Eau Claire Memorial. No champs. Farrah Miller, top finisher at 2nd place. But here's the key to success for Eau Claire Memorial. 16-person bracket. Every girl placed in the top half. So that's where a lot of their points came from. So congratulations to Eau Claire Memorial. Eau Claire Memorial, what is their mascot?
The Old Abes.
Old Abe. I should have known that. Absolutely. I have 2 weight classes to talk about. 100 pounds, Cassidy O'Connell, 11-0 over Shelby Garcia of Bruce. And 120 pounds, Veronica Levens. Bloomer Colfax pins Katie Simpson of Hudson in 440. And I found this one, and I was kind of looking around, and I was like, Teague, she is actually ranked number 12. She's a sophomore, and she's definitely on my radar now based on that win, because I do not remember us talking about her before, but there she is. Got a big win at the SCF Interstate Classic.
Veronica's having herself a year right now. Anytime one of those Hudson girls loses, it's definitely noteworthy. But speaking of Hudson girls, at 126, Kylie Simpson gets the 15-10 win over Cora Bigley, a matchup that we could be seeing at regionals or sectionals. I don't know how the regionals is set up, but they have to be in the same sectional. 138 pounds. Audrey Rogotsky, that is a familiar Minnesota name. She won the bracket, but Bailey Kuhn from Baldwin Woodville was her finals opponent, and Bailey had to beat Tilly Burns 10-8 in the semis to get to the final. So nice win by Bailey. 145, River Falls Providence Kretzmann. She gets the pin in the finals. 3 minutes, 24 seconds over Eau Claire Memorial's Farrah Miller. Providence was down 7-4 at the time, and Farrah was on her way to a pretty dramatic tournament victory at that juncture because in the semis, Miller beat St. Croix Falls' Willow Stenberg 7-5. So some fun matches there, 145. And at 185, Turtle Lake Clayton's Isabella Wright. She pinned Unity's Liberty Freer in 250. There was no score at the time. In her prior match, it was either a prior match or the quarterfinals, she actually got a vengeance win over Superior's Ivory Taylor. Taylor beat her last week. This time around, Wright dominated, and she got the fall in 3:21.
Nice. Moving on up. Good find, Steak, by the way. That one was a little bit tough to dig into. But battle for the bounty at Bayport. Was he serious? Or did they really give away ice cream to the winners of these tournaments?
Wait, what?
Oh, I thought you were in the text series. Maybe it was just me. Okay. I thought you were combined in there. I swore they were giving away ice cream at this one for
Did
for
Ryan
the winner.
text you or what?
Yeah, I'll go back and check that.
Maybe
Ryan will
he
listen
did.
to
I
this
kind of forget all the texts that I get from like Thursday night to Sunday morning.
They come in droves. I will tell you this, Teague. Ice cream saves all because I was reffing a little kids tournament today, and there was a young man. He was from Marshall, and he did not want to go. Like, he had 3 matches, and he literally did not want to come. He was crying, didn't want to come out, and we did our best. We were coaxing him, and I said, I tell you what, I can't remember his name now, but I got down, crouched down. I said, hey, I tell you what, why don't you go ahead and take this one off, and I said, why don't you come back the second one? And I bet you talk to your mom at the break, and she'll probably get you some ice cream after this tournament. And the mom looks at me, and she's like, yeah. And they go talk. Well, guess what? The young man came out, and he wrestled his next 2 matches. It was great. He had fun, laughed. And so ice cream is a reminder of that to parents. Go take your kids out for ice cream after they wrestle. It's not an easy sport, and kids will do anything for ice cream. And Ryan's on. He said, yes, ice cream for the team champions, Pirates Bounty ice cream. So I thought he texted that to us.
That becomes, it might have been to us. Either I didn't acknowledge, or it was just to you, which, that's all good, Ryan. I'm wearing a Bayport. My feelings aren't hurt. Yeah.
So, Ryan, is it, did they get a medal and ice cream, or did they just get, like, their medal was ice cream? That's my,
that's just spoiled at that time if you're getting medals and ice cream. That's
right. That's a spoiler.
Battle for the Bounty is going to have like 80 teams in it next year.
Right. You're giving away ice cream? Absolutely.
And medals. So. All right, Steve, who's got team scores on this?
I'll do top 5 team scores. So 5th place, Green Bay West, Southwest. They had 99.5. So Seymour. I'm in the wrong one, Teague. I have middle scores. Hold on, folks. I can do this.
You just got to filter. You're good.
I got to filter it. I'm good. I can do this.
You're doing great.
Just didn't do my. All right, here we go. 5th place is actually Random Lake with 73 points. Pulaski, 4th place with 83.5. Freedom, 95.5 with 4 wrestlers. Green Bay West, East, Southwest, 12 wrestlers. I wonder if that was all the weight classes as well. 99.5. And Bayport by well over 100 was your champions, 227.5 points. Bayport had 5 champions, Teague. I don't want to take them all from you. I have 4 weight classes. You want to go first, and I just fill in any ones that you missed?
Well, I have 8. So, how about you go first, and I'll just fill in after you.
All right, Bayport 5 champs. I'm going to talk about 107 pounds because I just watched it. I'm glad I did because the box score was a little bit wonky on it. But 107 pounds. Jeez.
You can just say Nelly.
Penelope Ayala, Nelly of Manawa, pinned Cat Cook, but here it was really interesting. It was back and forth. Penelope got the first takedown, some scrapping going on, and then she took down, right? And I was a little bit confused. Ryan and his co-host were doing a great job on Voice of the Bayport, but they were a little bit confused too. I didn't know if there was 2 turns or if there was just one, but basically Cat Cook turned her, right? She got some near fall for it. And then Cook took down in the third, and Ayala, I tell you what, she put in one tight cradle and got the pin. So here's a lesson for both these girls next time they wrestle. Teague, and that lesson is
don't take down.
Don't take down. Yeah, both of them took down and they got turned, and Cook got pinned with it. So, but really good. I tell you what, those two are good wrestlers. And I like what Ryan said on Voice of Bayport. They said, man, both those girls are going to be in the running for the state title. And yes, they are. 114 pounds. Lily Baker pins a very tough Brinley Miller of Brilliant. 145. Harlow Skinnendor of Pulaski pins Teague. Savannah Hoyer is an absolute beast. And Harlow Skinnendor had the tech before she got the pin. So 235 pounds, Mercedes. Oh, go ahead.
Tech pin. That's it.
Tech pin. Yeah, that's a good way to say it. 235 pounds was a really interesting weight class. Mercedes Cruz beat King in round one. Now, here's the key, Teague. Remember this, 11-4. Then Kylie Georgelle of Luxembourg Casco beat Mercedes Cruz by fall in round 4. And then in round 5, Autumn King, I put Kind, but it is King, beat Georgelle by fall. So the final results, Teague, King first, Georgelle second, and Cruz third, based on, I'm assuming, difference in getting pinned or not getting pinned.
Yeah, I was trying to think about what the tiebreaker criteria was there.
I'm assuming because, here it is.
Well, so Mercedes was out on the basis that she didn't pin.
Correct. She beat King, but it was round one it was 11-4.
Yeah.
So that's why she was the champ ultimately.
Okay, a couple of my notes from Battle for the Bounty. I want to go back to 107 because Nellie Steve, just to get to the finals, she had to avenge her loss from last week to Elena. And I forgot who told us this last week. I think it's Elena Rofers from Seymour. And those two are just freshmen. I hope we see them at the same weight class all 4 years because I think that could become one of the better rivalries in the state if it's not already. But Nelly won 6-0 in the semis just to meet Cook in the finals. Then at 132, Leah Kapla won the bracket, but Haley Brundage of Green Bay United, she made the finals with the close 8-7 win over Natalia Lambrecht of West Pier. 165, same deal. Fox Valley Lutherans, Elise Ahrens, she won the bracket. Steve, you don't see this result every day. A 3-0 sudden victory win for Samantha Franklin of Random Lake over Mercedes Vang of Green Bay United. Now, that 0-0. Is a gritty victory to get to the finals, and I guess this kind of is my theme for this one. But at 185, Olivia Konchak of Bayport, I believe her mom's name is Angela, she won the bracket. But for second place, Rihanna Yates of West Pier had a 3-2 match over our all-name team nomination, Tamelia Outlaw of Fond du Lac.
The Outlaw. So, Teague, Ryan messaged us back, and I'm going to give the best promotion for Battle on the Bounty ever. Check this out. Individuals got shirts and medals. Okay. Team champs got shirts and ice cream.
Oh.
We should go to that tournament.
Wow.
That's fun.
That's, you know what, we're just going to cover that one next now. Yeah.
You know, although the bus ride, I might be analyzing this a little bit too much. The bus ride home eating ice cream when it's negative 400 might not be the best, but who knows? Well, they probably enjoyed it.
Also, before we go on, I think we have our order a little mixed up, Steve. I'd have to go back to Shell Lake, but what do you have? We're going to go with your order.
Well, I'd have to find Shell Lake quick. Do you have the team scores up or no?
No, I don't have anything up right now. Let's go to we'll go to Shell Lake because I think that's what we have both next on our agenda. While we're going to Shell Lake, I don't know if the Merrill fans are still tuned in. But, Steve, we've got a little momentum with Merrill recently. We've had a few people message us about milestones and stuff, and been interacting with a couple more parents, and a couple were like, hey, we'd love to have you come up to Merrill, which that would be great at some juncture. The only way I can make it work this year, and I guess also to go along with the Merrill conversations, one of the team managers who I think runs their social media pages, he's like, hey, saw you on Instagram doing a video today. I'm like, oh, that's great. I was doing my Happy Saturday video from Wausau.
Yeah.
I'm like, cool. It's like, yeah, do you wanna give us a follow on the gram? I'm like, sure, give the team a follow. And like, you want to come up to Merrill at some point? I'm like, all right. I just feel like the Merrill people are speaking it into existence. The way I would have to make it happen logistically is we are doing our sectional Northeast, not confirmed or locked in yet, for boys individual sectionals. The girls individual regional is in Merrill. So I could theoretically stop up there beforehand. It'd be quite a detour, but if I get enough of Merrill, I got to think of like something like to get me up there. But if we get enough of, Merrill momentum, I will stop at the Merrill Girls Regional on that Friday night. I'll throw that out there. Don't know if that'll get to the Blue Jay fans or not this go around. But Shell Lake Legacy. Top 5 teams. Oh, I got to fill
good.
scores.
I can't find it. I'm sweating bullets over here because you told me to find Shell Lake, and I'm literally clicking back and forth on this page, and I cannot find it.
2026 Shell Lake Elliott Legacy Tournament.
Oh, maybe I'm looking for the S. Oh, there it was. No,
yeah,
it wasn't.
Plus you have a result for it. So
well, I do. So why don't you do the top 5? Because I do have some results for it. Whew, I feel better. I was a little worried there.
Osseo Fairchild, 5th with 46. Clear Lake with 70.5. Superior 3rd with 72. Spooner Webster runner-ups, with 107.5. And Eau Claire Memorial, busy weekend for the Old Abes.
Yes.
115 points.
I love it when you get 2 tournaments, 2 days, and 2 championships. Eau Claire Memorial, they did have a champ at this one. Strayer. Teague, is it Abigail? I got Abigail. That's probably not right. It's got to be Abigail Strayer.
Yeah.
The old Abigail. But Abigail Strayer at 132 had a pin in the finals. 145, Anna Kryzan of Onalaska, a pin in 254 over Macy Pierre of Osseo Fairchild Augusta. So nice job by the Old Abes.
Yeah, good win from Eau Claire Memorial. Also on the team notes, a nice showing by Spooner Webster as well. I don't know if we've talked about their girls team or the individuals at all this year, but just a good team showing by them to end up as runner-ups. Steve, I'm going to stick with 132. You're talking about Strayer's performance. She beat Kinley at Nelson of Osseo Fairchild. In the semis, Nelson beat Strayer's teammate, Maya Tawa, in 5:23. She was up 6-5 at the time. But Nelson, just a freshman, already 27 pins on the year. One more pin, and she breaks the record of, I believe it's Aaliyah Zamora, who was a state qualifier for the Dragons last year. So Nelson has put together a pretty solid year as a freshman. 165 pounds. The score was 9-4 at the time of the pin, but Paisley Emmy gets the fall in 325 over Araya Hershey of Shell Lake. 185. This was a fun one. Delia Larson of Spring Valley. She was down 10-8 to Ivory Taylor of Superior, and she got the fall in 313. So, Steve, if that one goes a full 6 minutes, that's a 30-plus point match that we're talking about right there. Also going back, Paisley is from Spooner Webster, so there we go.
Nice.
And at 120 pounds, I want to give a shout-out to Clear Lake Cheyenne Merritt. She won the bracket pretty dominantly. She's just put together a nice season, so wanted to get her thrown in the mix there.
Nice job. Moving over, Teague, and I think, is this the penultimate match for us?
Yes, it is.
Yes. All right. Stealing Teague's word. Oh, Teague, I did get clarification on, maybe we'll talk about this tomorrow as well, but Teague and I were having a conversation at the TKO finals yesterday because one of the Weigel brothers has a lot of matches, and I did find out, Teague, it's clarified. It's actually matches wrestled. So basically he's at like 46 matches right now. So forfeits and wins through buys at tournaments do not count for that. So,
but it has to be like taken off the record, right?
I don't think so. I think it's just that I didn't ask. That's
interesting. Okay.
Yeah, that's next level question. But anyway, all right. Arcadia Raider Challenge, top 5 teams: Mondovi, Oliva Strum, 5th place with 131. Onalaska, a couple times talking about Onalaska, so 149.5. Mauston, Nisita, Teague Fenwick's alma mater, 156 points in 3rd place. Eau Claire North, a lot of Eau Claire talk this week. 163. They were runner-up. And Arcadia, nice job by Arcadia. They were their champions. They had 2 champs, Kelsey Sabata. Hopefully,
it's
got that right.
Khalees.
What did I say, Kelsey? Yeah, you're right. I should have read it how I had it written down. It's Khalees Sabata, 120 pounds, and 185 pounds, Elizabeth Bautista, and she had a pin in 15 seconds in the last round. It was round robin, but that was her last round win. I have 165 pounds, Evelyn Hooker of Onalaska. She had a pin in 3 minutes and 12 seconds over Angelin Calvin Woods of Eau Claire North. And then at 145, going back down, Ava Knops of Arcadia and Ariana Stugen of Onalaska. They were both on a pin fest course before meeting in the finals, and then Stugen got the pin over Knops in round 5 in 2 minutes and 43 seconds.
Yes, Stugen had another scare, by the way, against the MVC foe, Kennedy Hazelton of Aquinas. The score was 4-3. Hazelton scored first in that match, but Stugen ended up getting the fall in 3:16. At 132 pounds, Peyton Achuda of Mozani. She got the fall in 156 over Melman GET's Michaela Dixon. This is my favorite part about this match, though. Peyton was down 14-3 in the first period, Steve. So that is a very one-sided match. But guess what? You get the pin. It doesn't matter what the score is. So
that's right.
Shout out to Peyton. And another thing on Peyton's championship run, she was taken down in 3 of her 4 matches. So this is a gritty performance by the Mozani wrestler. And I want to give a shout out to Olivia Potter of Menominee, the first ever girls champ for the Mustangs at 114 pounds.
Nice. What you said the Mustangs? What's school? I missed that.
Menominee.
Menominee. That was the first ever tournament champions for Menominee. Is what your
girls
individual tournament?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep,
okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Nice job.
Also, you should check out. I hope you get to see the Arcadia, the Raider Challenge brackets that they give out. It's just like, it's crafty. I don't know. It's like on black, like, what is it, construction paper, and like they put the stuff on there. I'll show it. I'll send you a picture, but it's cool stuff. It's handmade, so I'm a fan of it. That's what we got for the Raider Challenge. Hey, we're going to not clean up some of the comments, but going through with some of the comments here. Maddie V, glad to see you in the chat. Jeremy, glad you are down with the idea for the schedule. Mike, please make separate events for girls and boys to make life simple. I don't think anyone would disagree with that statement. Again, administrators running a tournament, if it's easier to do that, please just let us know, and I won't complain about it anymore. But as of right now, I'm going to complain about it. Let's just make separate tournaments on track. That makes life easier for me, at least. Justin with some good information.
for me, at least.
Justin said you do have to forfeit the bye wins off your record. Lydia had to do this to keep her matches wrestled under the allowed numbers. So, good to know.
Interesting. Yeah, that's good to know. All right, Teague, our last tournament. I'll just say the top 5, and you can go nuts. And if I miss any, then I'll clean up whatever you have. But top 5 teams: 5th place, Richland Center with 89.5. Marshfield, 93.5 in 4th place. Toma, 101. Holman with 130. And then Reedsburg, Teague, big win over Holman, 141 points. And the only note I'll say, Teague, and then I'll let you go nuts with the weight classes. Reedsburg by 11 over Holman. And Chloe Roloff was Reedsburg's only champ at 114 pounds.
And the Beavers just keep rolling, Steve.
They do.
How many tournament wins is it? They just got their first team tournament win.
That was at Fort Atkinson.
Now I think they have 3 or 4 under their belt. So shout out Coach Fry and the Reedsburg crew. Yeah, Roloff with a pretty nice win over Neilsville's Bryn Heck, 15-2 at 114 pounds. Going back to 107, this was of note for multiple reasons for me. But Kayleen Bazan of Holman, she's kind of been an athlete that's been right at the cusp, Steve. Like, she's put up good matches and then gotten pinned. Or just, like, she could do great things. And this was a huge turn-the-corner win for her. She got a fall over a state qualifier, Lila Paletta from Chippewa Falls. The score was 4-3 at the time. So super happy for Kaylee there. 120 pounds if there's a match of the tournament. I think I got to give it to this one. Morgan Johnson, the DeForest freshman. Tiebreaker 7-3 win over Richland Center's Maddie Miller. 138 pounds, Erica Slesniko gets the fall in 22 seconds over DeForest Abigail Harris, who is a state qualifier. Erica wrestled a total of 35 seconds. And at 1:52, the Adams Friendship freshman Aaliyah Miller, she got the fall in 3:24 over Kaylee Peterson of Reedsburg. There was no score in the first. And Aaliyah, I want to say one of 3 Adams champs with the Hutter girls. I hope there's not another Green Devil that I'm forgetting about, but I do believe that was the 3 champions. So that's what I got for the Sparta invite. And that's what we got for the podcast, Steve.
Well, I got a couple notes, Teague.
Oh, sorry. I just
145 pounds. Remember the beginning I said you go and then I'll go, that type of thing?
Nope, clearly not.
Forgot about the you go thing. So 145 pounds. 2 names I've not heard or said before, but Gracie O'Brien of New Lisbon. She pins Josie Newberry of Tolman in 1:57. And I know Teague's afraid to talk about the Holman wrestlers, but 126 pounds. Caitlin Lambreeze of Holman. She got a 27-second pin in the finals, so that's pretty big. And then I can't believe you didn't bring out 100 pounds. Pocket Hercules, Aini Anderson pins Kaylee Spieley of Richland Center. So that she's fun to watch.
That's a great way to wrap that up, because remember we were setting up on Friday and we got a call from Carl from Holman, and
Yep.
they were eating at Little China. And I think could hear Aini Anderson in the background talking like, "Who's that, Carl?" And she's like, "It's me. It's Pocket Hercules." I'm like, "Oh my gosh." So geez, I hope someone gets like a Pocket Hercules like gear for Aini.
That's fun.
That's what we got. Well,
yeah,
Steve. 7 tournaments, so we ended up doing what we usually do when there's like 10 to 15 girls tournaments. So
right.
Wow, idea's working great so far.
It was the first one. A lot to explain. Obviously, we'll get right down to brass tacks next time. But we had to go through some stuff, so it was good.
Well, folks, thank you everybody for tuning in. I'm excited to see. Like I said at the start of the show, it takes so much bandwidth to follow both the girls and Steve and I know firsthand when you're covering both girls and guys wrestling, it's a lot. If you're a fan of both of them, and if you don't have a kid in there, more credit to you. But it's a lot. So if we happen to see you tomorrow, great. If not, thank you all for tuning in tonight. It was a lively chat. Jeremy, thank you for the Aini Anderson love. Mike, glad to see you tuned in as well. And we'll see you tomorrow at 6 for the boys recap. And until next time, we will catch you on the flip side.